Hey there, everybody. Welcome back to the channel. My name's Chris. This is Tennis Manager 25, and we are heading to the next major in a week's time. Jack's got a little niggle. He's in the General Open, and he'll head to Paris after that. Moyes and Hannah are both pretty tired, but should be okay? Question mark. Doubt, 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 doubt. I'm gonna double up on their care, I think, at the beginning of this week. Just get them a bit more fitness coming in. Jack's got care and rest on both days, so he should be kind of fine. Yeah, we'll kind of see how this goes. But yeah, I feel pretty good about where we are. Jack gets knocked out really early. That's fantastic news. And Margot all the way to a final is good. So Jack, yeah, no injury, 100% like that. Moyes and Hannah both look pretty good too. I can't complain. I cannot complain about that. Quarterfinal, couple around the 32s. Not the best, not the worst. Margot, currently just outside that top 200 in the world. Yeah, I mean, this is going to get her highest rank ever already, because she'll probably move back up to 2 or 3 and beyond. But a chance to break into the top 200. Naomi Maines we've never played, but should be easy. Lose the middle set 6-3 somehow, when the two others are 6-love, 6-love. Yeah. Not sure what happened in that second set, if I'm honest. That's a kind of weird one. But not too bad. Not too bad, and yeah, up inside the top 200. Pretty solid development from everybody this year, to be fair. I feel like everybody's kind of moving in the right direction and is kind of good right now. Still waiting for Margot to kind of win a big tournament, which, like, not a big tournament, but like 100 or something. I think that's the next step for her. Jack's already inside the top 100 in the world, so he's doing everything. I'm waiting for him to win a match at a major, which he now has a shot at. And yeah, we're close to cracking our goals on the junior level as well. So I'm pretty happy here. Then it's just Hannah. Can we win, 2 or 3 in Paris? Can we maybe get to a quarterfinal? Can we put a marker down, basically? We know what Moyes can do. We've seen what Moyes can do up against Medvedev. I mean, yeah, 35, physically declining, still pretty dang good. But yeah, starting off with a former world number 1. We have beaten him twice, should be easy. We're in better form. 6-2, 6-1, and 6-3 take us through. Nice and easy early on. Jack wins. Oh my god, Jack won a match at a major. Jack actually won a match at a major. I love that. I absolutely love, love, love that. Let's get another care session in for Hannah. Let's get her fitness level up. So where is Jack? There's Antonius. There's Jack. Okay, so world number 13, Ben Shelton. We do beat a qualifier. It did take 5 sets, which is kind of annoying. Really tough. 64 for Jack. Like really, really tough. It should be okay. We got a meal. That's not super bad. We've never played. It's a solid player, but just we should go through. And we do here 7-6, 6-3, 6-1. Break the resistance in the first, and then absolutely start pushing out and showing our quality once we've settled in. And Jack does get knocked out by Ben Shelton. And yeah, I'm not upset by that. I'm not surprised by that. We did take a set off him. We had an elongated set at 7-5. We had a tiebreaker at 7-6. The set he won was 6-4. So we pushed Ben, even in the 3 sets he won, we pushed him fairly well. And then we won 3 more games in the most decisive set, the one we won. Yeah, I'm pretty happy about that. Across the entire game, Shelton had what? 2 more games? He won 2 more games? Or 1 more game? And a tiebreaker. Like, that's it. Total points won. He won 10 more points. So, yeah. We should have lost. We did lose. We lost to a better player. Like, I'm not saying anything like that we should have won with a better player. But the progress we're seeing from Jack now, and how close he is to someone that used to be a world number 4. Yeah, used to be world number 4. Has been, just outside the top 10 this season. Looks really, really good. And looks kind of what I'd say the baseline for a very good pro is. Someone's going to be inside that top 20 in the world. And we weren't blown out. I think that's kind of more what I'm trying to say. Mark Saban, I mean, fair play to the kids. Just 6 games won in each set. 2 tiebreakers didn't work out, but he does quite well. And yeah, he's in the top 40. That's kind of a similar player at a similar age, same nationality. The difference in the ranking is probably bigger than the difference in the ability. But yeah, we didn't quite get as nice a draw as him. We didn't get a bad draw for Jack, and he won. He won his first match at a major, and that's kind of big. That's definitely big. Tommy Paul, we've beaten him twice. Should be easy. 6-1, 6-2, 6-1. The fact that Hannah only got to a 32, couldn't quite get that quarterfinal, is, again, just the draw kind of kicking our butt. The sad thing is, if we weren't ranked, if we were 33rd in the world instead of 23rd, we would have had, the run the Paulini's had. 122nd in the world, 108th in the world, and then met Coco and get probably knocked out here. But, like, this is always going to be a tough match. I think, again, the only solace you can kind of take is neither were easy sets. Elongated set there, 5-7. And a tiebreaker, 6-7. I don't think that's crazy. 10 more points won by Coco. less points overall, so it's more of a margin for sure. But yeah, I don't feel like we were blown away by a former world number one who is third in the world and one of the best players. I feel like maybe Hannah's close-ish, maybe. And I'm waiting. I'm waiting for that jump. I'm waiting for that chance to be, you know, kind of ready to take the next step into the top 20. Hit up to the top 10. And once you're there, you're probably gonna get a very good draw because of your ranking. That's really gonna help. So yeah, we got Theo again. Can't remember what happened the last time we met. Yeah, very decent. It was 6-4, 6-4. Yeah, so it's never been easy or comfortable, but we've never dropped a set apart from the tiebreaker. So never dropped a regular set. Both times quarterfinal of the Italian International. Still on clay, so that'll be the same. Yeah, okay. I feel like this is the first big test that kind of comes across. You could see maybe something, but yeah, again, didn't drop a set. 7-6, tight first, but then 6-2, 6-3. And Moyes does get through. And that's, again, just kind of what you want. That's always what we want. Focus for Nadia. Serve spin and counter for David. I like the fact now they're starting to add points above those double digits. So it's going to take time to kind of get there, but they're developing really quite well. Jack's forehand also gets better. He wins a match and he still gets his training done. Margot, her serve spin finally topped off. Like that, control getting better too. A little bit of work for Moyes. Hannah's not really close on anything right now. And then going into this, then I feel pretty good with people. Can't get you any rest. That's fine. Don't feel Moyes needs much rest, and I don't really want to mess with that. I feel could hurt his morale or whatever. So yeah, we don't want to do that. So Sinner, we haven't really played much of some of these top people, but now and again we crop up against them. I think we're going to be definitely playing them a lot more moving forward, of course, being the current world number one. Yeah, I don't think he looks as good as I think he should. So 4 times all this year. It's been the one player. I mean, Alcaraz as well, I guess. The one player we've matched up with at the top end the most. And it's been fairly close in most games, but we've been getting a couple of decisive results here or there. Yeah, again, though, the first person really where I couldn't argue if we lost. I can understand Theo, but Yannick would be more of a sure. And yeah, we go to 5. I mean, we win a tie break, we lose 2 tie breaks, then we win 6-3, and then we got to elongate for a 7-5 in the 5th. Just constant back and forth. I'll take it. I'll take it. Um, yeah, not easy. That's fine. Nadia, a girls 300 quarterfinalist. That's okay. And I got to come back to this question: is Jack injury prone? Is Jack injury prone? Is that a thing in this game? Because his ankles always seem to be an issue. And now his knee's gone. So, a couple of elbows for sure. Little bits here and there, little elbows. There's so much here. Right knee for a month, left knee for a month. Then some shoulder issues, right ankle, sorry. And now again his left knee just does make me question it somewhat. And I guess not, Margot's not that far behind in terms of injuries. A lot of wrist injuries. And Hannah's got almost nothing. But yeah, no, I'd be interested to know if is that an actual field that we kind of maybe is a hidden attribute, sort of injury proneness of some kind. Because it kind of feels that way. It does kind of feel like he's always picking up something and he shakes it off and it comes straight back, and maybe it's just he needs more rest, but he's got a phenomenal physio. We've got the best medical facilities the game can give you. He's not being overbooked. He's in pretty good fitness most of the year round. And he picks up these injuries. And his is the name we keep seeing in the inbox, especially this year. So I think it's worth questioning. Holger Rune never lost 5 matches in a row. And there it is. Finally, it happens. I knew as I was saying it that this could be the one. I'm a little disappointed. Total points 1. They both won the exact same number of points. Yeah. And I mean, we served better, and he was just better at break points. You know, it's annoying. Uh, well, it's not I was expecting to win, but I knew we've got the talent to win. We put Theo down quite capably. We put Yannick down quite capably, and then Holger comes along and kind of just controls the entire match against us. Yeah, I'm gonna be disappointed, but I can't be super disappointed. just can't be super disappointed. I think if you look just like at these stats, what his second serve was better than mine. And just break points. Like, that's it. In those key moments, on those break points, he did a better job, not only of saving himself, but also winning those points to take an advantage. His second serve and his second serve return, tiny bit better than us. Apart from that, like, our first serve was much better, less double faults. Same amount of points. We won more points percentage on our serve, barely, and on our return. It's, for something that didn't go to 5 sets, it's a crazily even match that Moyes probably played better in. But it's that clutch key moments, I think, that's taken Holger Rune up there. And he might just be becoming a problem. Second Grand Slam win. And he's got a chance now to win in Paris to back up his Australian win from earlier on. Moyes won those two in the New York Open. Wasn't allowed to compete at Wimbledon. So if Holger can win this, he has won Wimbledon before and been to a final. You could see him win those 3 and line up New York at the end of the year for a clean sweep. And that would be really interesting. I don't think he's the best in the world. I don't think he's maybe top 3. He's probably top 5. But I'm not even sure about top 3. But he's getting the job done this year, and he is in line to be a problem. Alex de Minaur and Martin Landaluce, I mean, defeating Alcaraz like that, someone else who's in that kind of same bracket and has been kind of getting into a lot of quarterfinals and semi-finals, to be fair to him. I feel that's pretty good. He's never really done super well in a Grand Slam. But yeah, that could see him sort of jumping up. Then Alex de Minaur kind of did really well, has fallen off, is older, still kind of keeping it together a little bit. Did win this 4 years ago. To be fair to him, bunch of quarterfinals. He's now got a semi to put in there as well. It wouldn't be the biggest shock to see one of these two win. But yeah, your money's got to be okay. I didn't even finish off that thought, but like, yeah, your money's got to be on Holger, but it's not Holger. We saw it's not Holger. So David is 13th in the world, 60% win record, 214 points. Not bad. Not bad. He moved up a few spots. Nadia jumps up a bunch, 28 spots up to 19, 570 points, and a 76% win rate. That's good. Margot jumps up 253 spots into the top 200. That's phenomenal. 154 points won and a 95.8% win rate on clay. She could be a problem. She could be a problem. Hannah moves up a few spots back inside the top 25, career high, matching 23rd. So I believe that is as high. No, she went up to 18. Sorry, she did briefly dip into the top 20. Not far away then. 433 matching kind of the points from last period, up to a 69% win rate. Not too bad. And Moyes holds his world number 1 spot, doubling his points and more from last period. And is a 96.4% win rate. That is unbelievable. David, drop shot and anticipation go up. Nadia's backhand consistency is close. Jack's speed goes up. Little tiny improvements for Moyes and Hannah. And if you didn't see it, the most unlikely winner for me. Holger, I thought, would win it. If not him, I thought Landaluce maybe. But no, Alex de Minaur got past Landaluce and then beats Holger in 4 sets. Comfortably. Loses 1-7-5, sure, but like 4-6, 3-6, 3-6. That's not even like, it's not even super tight. Just played better than him. And that's annoying because it looks like Holger had a little luck against us, but played probably like as good as he could against us. And then maybe just Alex had a phenomenal final. Not really sure, but didn't feel like Holger played well. Took everything he could to get over Moyes, and despite being outplayed, kind of got himself into that final. But it cost him that final. That is gonna see you jump back inside the top 10 at age 32. Like, yeah. Let's see. As a 25-year-old, 7th. As a 28-year-old, 2nd. Last year moved up to 6th. This year going to move back up to 6th. And I mean, to be fair, it didn't really even win much last year to get up to 6th in the world. That's huge. That's huge. It's also not so bad for us in that Holger hasn't won both. Well, we didn't really look at Jack, did we? Okay, I thought we did. Yeah, Holger doesn't get another 2,000 points. So he stays 2nd place, and we're still well ahead. So if Moyes continues this season without a win, and then has a bad season next season, and Holger had won in France, and then goes on to do something at Wimbledon and maybe New York as well, like there's a good chance he could be really, really close and getting up there. So I'm starting to look, like I say, Landaluce I think is good. Mensik is good. Theo, Arthur, Kalen, Justin, like they're all good. They're not great. And I think for me, looking at this list, there are some greats on here. But of the young guys, like 25 and younger, yeah, it's kind of just 3 names. It's Fonseca, it's Palomero, and it's Kwame. That's the three. That is the three. So I'm guessing points dropping is how many points we're about to lose off this total, maybe? Since it's like what, 2 consecutive years or something? Something like that, maybe. Um, yeah. And there's other people win those points and they disappear from our record from uh, the season before last. That could be more of an issue there. So, okay, Hannah, 21st in the world, almost back up inside that top 20. Love that for her. Moyes holds on to his number 1 spot. Margot up to 181. Jack, now a top 80 player in the world. And the 19th and 30th juniors in the world as well. Don't mind that. Wimbledon comes really, really close. Really close. Jack qualifies. Margot's got to go through the qualifiers. And Moyes are there as well. Can we get 4? Can we get 4? Jack, yes. I'll give you your 4%. I'll give you your 4%. Margot seems to be playing decently well lately. A couple of weeks ago, she got a final. She got another one now. So, round to 64. I'm slightly disappointed. Because it's like, okay, well, like, surely, like, there's still, like, all the big names are still in the round of 32. And I'm looking through, I'm like, yeah, I'm not really. There's plenty of people in, like, the 50s and 60s and whatnot that are still in there. So to be in the 13th ranked boy and to be knocked out that early, that is disappointing. And then you get to the quarters, and it's, Cruz Western and Visser are the only 2 seeds left, and the only 2 that will be higher ranked than David. And we got a bunch of people here. So, okay, 17, 20, that's fine. 34, 38, even not too bad. 43rd, you're starting to kind of think, though, David definitely should have been in over him. And then 61st, which is kind of a weird one because, yeah, we've got Marco Bazda. Doesn't look great. 21st in the juniors. And then Ashton Hewitt. Which I've got to assume is also Hewitt's son, right? Is this Cruz's brother? Or is this just the game using the name? Because, yeah, I would have thought they'd have a larger name pool, but maybe they are just pulling from player names and a small pool beside that to create names. I don't know. But that could be a little story there. Because I think his brother's doing okay. If it is his brother. Yeah, there's a lot of Hewitts coming through. So like, you're an American, so I would expect not. Cruz is real. So then we got Ashton, who I'm guessing they're just then using the name for, right? And Michael Hewitt, they've got to just be using the name for that. Don't think they've got anyone that young lined up to come into the game. So, yeah. Around the 64, not amazing. And then Nadia in a 32. I don't love that. Again, to someone I think she should have beaten. And we look at the quarterfinals and like, okay, 24 might be close, but 33, 42, 67, 70. She should definitely be in there over these people. Definitely have a shot. Could get to the quarterfinals. Probably should get to the semis, realistically. But yeah, instead we just got Margot up against. What kind of a name is this? Celia Cedillo Vason de Pradine? I thought I was bad. I've got 4 names. Luckily, my 2 middle names are shorter names. I think, yeah. Christopher's decently long. My surname's actually decently long. The 2 middle names, fairly short. I'm okay with that. My brother's got a long name. And 2 middle names, which are both long. The long first name, 2 long middle names, and a long surname. That's kind of what's going on here. That's just kind of crazy. Kind of crazy. But sure. But sure. Yeah. David and Nadia not really not really impressed me in the juniors here in Paris. I think Margot is always going to be the favorite for this tournament and shouldn't be allowed to perform in it, but that's the way it goes. Technically, girls number 1. Next season probably isn't and just focuses again on the women's tours. You got her and Jack kind of narrowing in on their goals on the Pro Tour. Hannah and Moyes at the top end of that. And probably Nadia and David closing in to try and become junior number 1s and turn pro next season. So, yeah, this might be the last chance that Margot gets to win a junior major. She'll be pretty good for us. And yeah, 7.562. Solid. Look like, yeah. Oh god, we're dealing with goals again. But yeah, seems like we just kind of didn't create too much, but we didn't commit any errors, forced or unforced, and our opponent did. So that's good. Tiny little improvements. Jack gets underspin. Nadia gets consistency on the backhand. David gets underspin, and his agility is mighty, mighty close. And both these are really upset because we haven't won a Grand Slam. We haven't qualified for the finals. We're not top 3 yet. But I mean, you could have won. 100% you could have won. You just got knocked out early. You didn't beat someone that was better than you. Or that was worse than you. So, that's on you. And if you hadn't have won the tournament, we'd knock this off. We'd be pretty close to knocking this one off. and you'd be qualifying for this to play at the end of the season. So, not taking any responsibility for that. Same here. Could have easily got to the quarterfinals. There were far worse players than you, and there you got knocked off for someone who was a worse player than you. That would have taken you really close to the top 10 and qualified you for the end of season finals as well on that trajectory. So I don't think that I should be kind of taking too much blame there. So, sure, this morale and goal system seems pretty difficult at times to understand. Not even just manage and everything. I understand that, but like they haven't got those mentalities. They're not the kind of players that would be overly demanding or upsetting. They've got some really nice personalities, and that's part of the reason I brought everyone on board. It feels really weird to then have everybody complain in June that goals which can't even be done until the end of the season, and that we've made very good strides to match, and they are good enough to hit those goals, and they still got a couple more attempts on other goals to fulfill. I'm already getting a worsening of the relationship right now because stuff that can't be done till the end of the season, or that we've already made tremendous progress for, but just not close enough to register on that little bar that's arbitrary as hell, or that we only get 4 shots at, 2 of which haven't worked out, but we still got the other 2, and we're getting better and better each time. Don't quite feel right to me. So be it. Alexander blocks against Kwame. We get our win 6-3, 6-3. Tie up that head-to-head. Jack Margot doing well. Margot, I know you're tired. I couldn't give you rest. I'm going to try and give you rest. And see if you can see this out. Hannah gets through around the 32. That's really good. And okay, Moyes against Jack Draper. Yeah, okay. Little difficult in theory, but I think Jack's starting to drop off. And yeah, 6-3, 6-2. I don't think he's quite as good as he was. Nadia and Hannah both knocked out. It's only a 500. It's not even 1,000. And Hannah just got dropped in the round of 16. Really disappointed. Henry Searle back again. Okay. Yeah, I mean, he's doing okay. He's definitely doing okay. If he manages to get past us, he's got a shot at maybe climbing back up to the top 30. But this is kind of a scary tournament. Because Casper just got bounced. Fonseca just got bounced. Musetti just got bounced. So there's a chance that the Spaniards don't get through, but Andaluce and Alcaraz will face off more than likely. Yannick hasn't got an easy matchup. If we get through here, he'll have us, and he really seems to struggle against us. And the best thing for us is, Yannick and Carlos are 2 of the big names that we're kind of normally able to beat up on. So, yeah, that would be the dream for us. Carlos beat Martin in that semi. We beat Yannick, and then we beat Carlos in the final. We've got to get past Henry Searle. Again, it's just feels like banana skin matches. I don't know why. 6-4, 6-2. It's a nice little one. Margot gets knocked out of a quarterfinal. That's 2 victories and 2 quarters in the last 4, I think, which is pretty good. Um, yeah, last year she won Wimbledon and the US Open. This year, round of 16 at Australia, she wins Paris. She wins the Junior Tour last year as well. Finalist in Prague. Yeah, all that's not too bad. All that's not too bad. And then this year, last year she won a rookie 15 to get, a decent ranking. So she wins another one of those, and she's added 5 rookie 35s to her list. She definitely feels like she's on a mission. Yeah, this is definitely something to look at, because like David, it felt like we were getting somewhere, and now we're just stagnating and dropping off a couple of bad tournaments, and now going on to grass, which isn't our best tournament by a long shot. Nadia hasn't really done anything here, but it's more steady progress, and it feels like maybe Wimbledon Juniors might be a point where she steps up. But this little climb seems really nice. Can see Margot in the top 150 before the end of the year for sure. And Jack Cheer just in and around those small movements. I say we're waiting for him to kind of jump up. Paris was okay, winning that match. I think that's kind of the first big thing. Once 100, 125, so winning a match in Paris. Little movement, not crazy. Then Hannah felt pretty decent, and then bad, but instantly recovered, and then little trickles down, and just it feels like needs something. Is that Wimbledon? Maybe. I doubt it. And Moyes is just sure, but yeah. 1,588 at age 15. 1,192 as a 16-year-old. 17-year-old, he's already 212th in the world. 112th as an 18th. 93rd as a 19-year-old. And then 20th in the world in his big breakout season at 20 years of age. World number 1 at age 21. I know he's held that ranking the entire way through. And as we've seen, it's such a big chase. Like this still is a lot closer than this, even though it's 3 points back to third. 3,000 points back to third. It's 5,000 back to second. Yeah, it just kind of feels like there isn't that much there waiting. With a top 16-year-old? No. Mariano Otegui. Argentinian. Looks solid, okay. Like potential rival moving forward, maybe. We got Hewitt, we got Vista, we got Brathwaite, we've got Cruz Weston for sure. He's a couple of years older than us. I'm trying to find people that might be similar. Margot, technically number 1 and will be. Like I say, we don't really want her to be. And the top 16-year-old is Ben Hassin, who just looks very well rounded. And Nadia, kind of very well rounded too. Just underneath her again. So, yeah, I feel pretty comfortable where everybody is. I do. Yannick's beaten us once. We've lost 4 times. These are tough matches, but we do seem to have the Italians' number quite often. And yeah, we lose 6-7, but then 6-4 and a 6-love to close out. Feels like Kwame really enjoys playing, like I say, Alcaraz and Cena. We've beaten Landaluce a few times. He's up to world number 5. He's beginning to come in and take over. Very interesting. He might become Spain's number 1 very soon. I still think Alcaraz and Cena are phenomenal players. But we're just starting to see them drop off and other people come up to meet them at that level. I don't know how many will surpass the kind of players that they are. But, yeah. We should win. We have lost this year, and we lost not super convincingly, but convincingly enough. Like, this was really tight. This was fairly tight. This was a little less tight. This was just a battle. And then this was a little tight over 3. So we've never really, like, beaten up on Martin. We do today. We do today, though. 6-4, 6-love. And Moyes absolutely stomps home in that one. And yeah, look at that. Look at that. They're not close in points. Martin's really got to take a major to jump up. He's really got to take a major. But Rune, Alcaraz, Cena, Ruud. That's kind of the old guard now, hitting 30, not really being as much of a threat anymore. Domino as well. Yeah, he's done well, fair play to him, but like he's not in the category with those. And we're starting to see these young kids being a big part of this. Jack, a 125. This would be pretty cool. This would be pretty cool. Beats Charles Shen, 170th in the world, 6'3", 6'2". He beats the world 256, a qualifier, Lorenzo Carboni, 4'6", 6'3", 7'6", which is a very tight match. Those qualifiers are dangerous. He also drops the opening set to Zachary Svaja, world 179, 7'6" to the American in the first. Sim scoreline evens it, and 6-4 in the decider. Then a wildcard entry in the semis. World 227, Sem 5, both sets for Jack. And Rodrigo Pacheco Mendez awaits World 98. And he kind of makes it through with a similar story, really. Some tough matches for him along the way. Probably a lot closer and a lot more competitive than would have been expected. But number 1 versus number 2. And Jack Palfrey, first time playing the Mexican. Jack is in better form. We could be okay. And there we go. 7-6, 6-1. Jack puts Rodrigo aside. Very decent. Better serve. Better break points. Better returns. Faster first serve. Didn't win as many short rallies, but the medium and the long definitely won. Controlled. 57% of points won for aces. Well deserved, I think. Well deserved. So, yeah, a little bit there from Moyes. A little bit from Jack. And Moyes is good all around. He'll be good. It's important to stay in rhythm. He's in great form, but he also hasn't won a major. I would say that injury aside, which could have cost him Wimbledon, where he could have had the clean sweeps, that was the form of his life. We may never see that again. Nadia, a point of control, which is really good because that's really low. That's one of, if not her worst stats. David gets focus. And why is there important? Oh, because we're managing Kwame. No, I get it. I understand. Yeah, these periods, sure. Interesting. Well, we're knocking on the door of Wimbledon. Margot's going to qualify next week. She hates grass. Jack and Moyes actually aren't terrible on grass. Hannah isn't that bad on grass. I mean, Nadia really hates grass as well. So there is that. And I'm sure David would as well. But there we are. First couple of majors are done for the year. Bad Australia for Hannah. A solid performance, but underwhelming. Understandable. It's Coco. I mean, come on now. But still only a 32. Not amazing. Last year, I mean, the final the year before, and then win, 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 and the injury at Wimbledon is like just super impressive and shouldn't be the standard we hold Moyes to, but we will because, but then a quarterfinal in Australia, semi-final in Paris, both those feel slightly underwhelming. And the one tournament we've never done well at is up next, but he's looking really good, and it might be time to claim the only major he's not won. Margot did qualify last time. She didn't qualify, sorry. She went through the qualifiers last time. We'll see if she can kind of outstrip that. If she can actually qualify for Wimbledon, that would be huge. I do think she's good enough. She's old enough. She's strong enough. She's talented enough. That serve power probably needs to be the main thing to improve. And then probably the backhand. Those two things, return as well, I guess, three things would definitely be what I'm looking to work on. Definitely. But yeah, that's not. It's not bad. And then Jack. I mean, got knocked out straight away in Australia. Won a match in Paris. Can he do anything at Wimbledon? Maybe. Honestly, if he wins another match, I'll be happy. And then neither of these two have done anything yet. But let me know what you think. Comment section down below. What are we going to do at Wimbledon? Do we seem to be set up right? Are we not? I feel we're in good position. Dissatisfactions, goals aren't really going to be here yet. It's probably going to take until September, October at least before we start seeing these fill out, apart from Moyes, who is pretty much where he wants to be. So I can't really say fairer than that. We're already 12 tournaments deep for Moyes in week 25. So he's on very good pace right now. Hannah's on 15, which is nuts, but she's definitely going to hit her 20s. There's 13 for Margot, which again feels really good. 12s, 13s is kind of where we want. Jack's injuries have put him down a bit. We're going to have to squeeze in more tournaments there. 15 for Nadia, 13 for David. So I think all in all, we're going to hit our goals. We're going to, be pretty happy with all that. And yeah, just winning a title with Moyes is stupid money in these contracts. If we can get Hannah up to that kind of level, I think we could see something fantastic happening. But that's where we're going to leave it. So, yeah, comment, like, subscribe. You know the drill. You know what it does. It helps the channel immensely. It's free. It takes a couple of seconds. And I would really appreciate it if you were able to do so. Apart from that, other playlists available, including the Starters Orders playlist. We concluded the Crusaders Kings one because a lot of mods disappeared from the workshop on Steam for some reason. And then a lot of updates both to the base game and to the mods that I've got, especially the Game of Thrones mods, which we were playing. So things started to get a little weird, and I don't know, I feel we were in a good position anyway. We were basically kings of the rock at that point again, which is nuts. How quickly and how blessed our runs seem to be. We had a good starting character, but just some weird events. Like we ended up with 2 Valyrian steel swords out of 3 trips to Valyria. Brought back disease once, didn't lose anybody. Had the king fathering 3 bastards for us. And then really kind of raising our prestige a lot. Yeah. But kind of a fun playthrough. If you haven't gone to see that, please do go and check it out if that's something you're interested with. The more people that see it, the more likes, the more comments that series gets, the more likely I am to do others in that vein, in similar veins, in different games, maybe more roleplay, maybe more exploration versions, maybe more technical sort of grand strategy games like Europa Universalis. I know EU5 is coming out. Stellaris, other Paradox titles like that. Let me know if that's something you'd like to see, as well as more sports games. At some point, we're going to get back to Football Manager, whether that's before the release of FM26 or not. Franchise Hockey Manager, Out of the Park Baseball, maybe Front Office Football. Horse Racing Manager, when that comes out, we're going to take a look at Starters Orders until Starters Orders 8 comes out, and then we'll play Starters Orders 8. So plans are there, but check out the other playlists we've got and keep an eye out. Subscribe so you get all these videos shown to you, and you don't have to come look. Makes it a lot easier and really does help me out. Puts me in a better standing with YouTube. And yeah, there are memberships. I understand why people are hesitant to do so. That's fine, but just know they are there, and if you can, it would mean the world. But until next time, thank you very much for stopping by. I hope you're enjoying. We've got Wimbledon coming up next, a big chance for 4 qualifiers again. If Margot can get through those qualifiers, 2 on the women's side, 2 on the men's side, be a really fun tournament, and especially now since 3 out of the 4 look like they can play a little on grass. Not expecting that. Jack win a match. Hannah get to a quarterfinal, semi-final kind of stage. Moyes to win it. Those are the kind of hopes. Margot to qualify for the tournament. So, we'll see. But, yeah, be sure to come back for that. Wimbledon up next. Till then, take care. Stay safe. All the very best to you and yours. And I'll see you very soon, guys.